To the 70-year-old who woke up feeling useless today, I need you. I see you. I see the way you woke up today, the way the morning light felt a little too heavy as it spilled across your room. I was there in that quiet moment between sleep and wakefulness, when the weight of your 70 years seemed to settle into your very bones before you even took your first breath of the day. You felt that familiar ache, didn't you? Not just the physical sting in your joints, but that deeper, quieter throb in your soul. The one that whispers you are no longer needed, that your hands are too tired, and that the world has moved on to a rhythm you no longer recognize. Before we begin, please like and subscribe to Walk With Me every day. You are not alone. I want you to take a deep breath right now. Just one. Let it out slowly. I am right here, sitting at the edge of your bed, standing by your favorite chair, walking with you through that hallway lined with photographs of faces that have grown older or moved away. I have seen the secret tears you shed when the house goes too quiet. I have heard the sighs you release when you think no one is listening. I know the exhaustion that comes not from labor, but from the sheer endurance of living through 7 decades of a world that can be so very beautiful and so very cruel all at once. You feel useless today, and my heart breaks for that lie you are telling yourself. You look at your hands and see the spots and the wrinkles, and you think they are signs of decay. I look at those same hands, and I see a map of every act of love you've ever performed. I see the children you held, the work you finished, the prayers you whispered, and the burdens you carried for others when your own back was already breaking. You have carried the weight of your family, your career, your mistakes, and your triumphs for so long. You have been the pillar for so many, and now that the pillar feels a bit weathered, you think it has lost its value. My dear friend, you are not a tool to be discarded because the edges have dulled. You are my child. You are a living, breathing temple of experiences that I have curated with you since the moment I knit you together in your mother's womb. Do not apologize to me for being tired. Do not feel guilty because you cannot run as fast as you did at 30, or because your memory sometimes flickers like a candle in a drafty room. I created the Sabbath because I knew you would need rest. I created the seasons because I knew there is a time for planting and a time for simply being. You carry a burden of shoulds. I should be more active. I should be more helpful. I should have done more with my life. I want to take those shoulds from your shoulders right now. They are stones you were never meant to carry into your 70s. You have spent your life giving, and now, in this season, you feel a strange shame in needing. But I tell you, there is a profound holiness in being held. I am not looking for your productivity. I am looking for you. I am looking for your heart, which is more precious to me now, refined by the fires of 70 years, than it ever was in the unformed strength of youth. I know the specific sting of feeling invisible. You walk through the store or sit in the pew, and it feels as though people look right through you, as if you are a ghost of the person you used to be. But I see you with a clarity that would blind you if you saw it all at once. I see the courage it took for you to get out of bed today. I see the grace you showed that person who was rude to you yesterday. I see the way you still try to find hope, even when the news is dark and your body is weary. You are not a burden. You are not a has-been. You are a masterpiece in its most complex, beautiful stage of restoration. The dust of the world might have settled on you, and the shadows of regret might try to dim your light. But I am here to brush that dust away. I am here to tell you that your life is not a countdown toward an end. It is a crescendo toward a beginning. Let the world chase its shadows and its speed. You and I, we are going to sit here in the truth of who you are. You are loved. You are seen. You are essential to my plan, not for what you can do for me, but for who you are with me. Your weariness is not a sin. It is a testament to your faithfulness. You have stayed the course. You have kept the faith, even when it was just a tiny spark. Rest your spirit for a moment. Stop trying to justify your existence by your utility. Your value was settled at the cross, and it hasn't dropped a single cent in 70 years. I am here to hold the weight, so you don't have to. I am here to validate every scar, every wrinkle, and every tear. You are mine, and I am so very proud of the person you have become through it all. I want to talk to you about the how. How did we get here? To this place where your heart feels like a house with too many closed doors, Life moves with a deceptive speed, doesn't it? One moment you are standing at the threshold of your youth, convinced that the horizon is infinite, and the next, you are looking back at decades that seem to have passed in a single blurred heartbeat. Along that journey, without you even realizing it, the world began to pile stones upon your spirit. It wasn't just the big tragedies, though I know the names of the loved ones you've buried and the dreams you've had to tuck away. It was the slow, steady accumulation of the world's noise. You grew up in a culture that measures a person by their harvest, not by their soul. You were taught that to be still is to be lazy, and to be old is to be obsolete. I watched as you spent your middle years running, trying to meet everyone's expectations, trying to build a security that the wind could blow away in a weekend. You built walls of protection around your heart to survive the disappointments, the betrayals, and the pressures of providing. But those same walls that kept the pain out eventually started keeping the light out too. You lost the sense of being my child because you were too busy being an employee, a spouse, a parent, a provider, and a citizen. You forgot that before you were any of those things, you were mine. I see the shadows of regret that haunt your quiet afternoons. You look back at the 1980s or the 90s and you think, if only I had said this, or if only I hadn't gone there. You carry the weight of perceived failures as if they are permanent stains. This is the antagonist of your peace, the lie that your past defines my ability to use your present. You feel isolated because the modern world has forgotten how to sit still and listen to the wisdom of 70 years. It prizes the new, the fast, and the digital, leaving you feeling like a stranger in your own country. But I have not moved. I am the same yesterday, today, and forever, and my clock does not run on the world's frantic gears. I want to remind you of a promise I made a long time ago. Do you remember my servant Caleb? He had wandered the desert for 40 years, watching a generation pass away, feeling the heat and the hunger. But when he reached 85, he didn't look at his age as a prison. He looked at me. In the book of Joshua, 14 verses 10 to 12, he said to his leader, "Now then, just as the Lord promised, he has kept me alive for 45 years. So here I am today, 85 years old. I am still as strong today as the day Moses sent me out. I'm just as vigorous to go out to battle now as I was then. Now give me this hill country that the Lord promised me that day." I am sharing this with you, not to tell you that you must go out and fight physical battles or climb literal mountains. I am sharing it to remind you that my strength in you is not tied to the elasticity of your skin or the speed of your gait. Caleb's strength was his refiner. It was me. He knew that the promise I made to him in his youth was just as valid in his silver years. The hill country I have for you now might be a mountain of intercession, a valley of deep peace, or a plateau of mentorship, but it is yours. The world tried to convince you that your useful years ended with a retirement party or a final paycheck. That is a lie from the one who wishes to keep you silent. The enemy of your soul wants you to believe that because your sphere of influence has shrunk to your living room or your neighborhood, your impact has vanished. He wants you to stay buried under the weight of what used to be. But I am the God of what is and what is to come. We lost the way when we started believing that peace is something you earn by being busy. You've spent 70 years trying to earn a rest that I offered you freely at the beginning. You've let the guilt of your mistakes, those sins you think I'm still holding against you, act as a barrier to my intimacy. But I tell you, I drowned those sins in the depths of the sea long ago. If you are still carrying them, you are carrying ghosts. The silence of your house today isn't a sign of your abandonment. It is an invitation to my presence. The world's isolation is my opportunity for insulation. I want to insulate you from the coldness of a society that doesn't value its elders. I want to peel back the layers of the provider and the worker to find that precious, wide-eyed child I knew 70 years ago. The weight you feel is the accumulation of trying to be everything to everyone. Today, I am asking you to just be with me. You aren't lost in the twilight of your life. You are finally reaching the clearing where the trees thin out and the view becomes clear. The distractions of your 30s and 40s are gone. The frantic building of your 50s is over. Now, it is just you and me. Don't let the anatomy of your past burdens dictate the anatomy of your future hope. Your story didn't stop being written when you turned 65. I am still holding the pen, and the ink is my very own blood, permanent, life-giving, and full of grace. Take a moment to look at the stones you've been carrying. The stone of, I didn't do enough. The stone of, they don't visit enough. The stone of, I'm a burden. Set them down at my feet. They are too heavy for you, but they are like feathers to me. I want you to look at me now, not at the calendar on the wall, not at the medication on your nightstand, and certainly not at the reflection in the mirror that tries to tell you your best days are behind you. Look at me. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, and I am the Lord of your right now. You feel as though the sun is setting on your life, and you fear the darkness that follows. But I tell you, in my kingdom, the sunset is merely the preparation for a dawn that never fades. My grace does not work like the world's economy. It does not diminish as you age. It actually flows more freely into the spaces where your own strength has finally run dry. You think it is too late. That is the lie the world has whispered into your ear since you turned 60. It's too late to change. It's too late to be forgiven. It's too late to matter. But I am the one who stopped the sun for Joshua and moved the shadow backward for Hezekiah. Time is my creation, and I am not its slave. And because you are mine, neither are you. Even if you have spent 69 years and 11 months running from me, or simply ignoring me in the busyness of your life, the moment you turn your face to mine today, I can do more with your remaining years than the world did with all your decades of labor. My grace is a resolution. It is the missing piece of the puzzle you've been trying to force into place for 70 years. You've tried to find peace through financial security, through the success of your children, or through the reputation you built in your community. But those things are like water held in broken jars. They eventually leak away, leaving you thirsty. Today, I am offering you the living water. I am offering you a peace that is not dependent on your health, your bank account, or how many people called you this week. Think of the vineyard workers I told you about. Some started at dawn, and some started an hour before the sun went down. Do you remember what happened? I gave them the same reward. Why? Because my heart is not focused on the hours you've clocked, but on the heart that finally comes home. To me, your 70 years are but a heartbeat, and the time that remains is an ocean of opportunity. Your usefulness to me isn't about how much you can produce. It's about how much of my love you can receive and reflect. I want to heal the unforgiveness that has acted like a poison in your veins. Maybe you haven't forgiven yourself for a choice you made 40 years ago. Maybe you haven't forgiven a child who doesn't call, or a spouse who left you too soon. That bitterness is a heavy coat you've been wearing in the summer heat. Let me help you take it off. My grace is sufficient to cover every hole in your story. When I look at your life, I don't see a list of could-haves and should-haves. I see the price I paid on the cross, and I see a child who is finally ready to let go of the oars and let me steer the boat. There is a sacred beauty in the now of your life. At 70, you have something the young do not. You have the perspective of the finish line. You know what truly matters. You know that a kind word is worth more than a promotion, and a quiet prayer is more powerful than a loud argument. This is the turn. This is the moment where we stop mourning the person you used to be and start celebrating the soul you are becoming. You feel like a flickering lamp, but I am the oil that never runs out. I am not looking for a bonfire of youthful energy. I am looking for the steady, warm glow of a faithful heart. You are a bridge for the generations behind you, even if they don't realize it yet. Your peace, the real, deep peace I am pouring into you right now, will be your greatest legacy. It is a peace that says, I am 70, I am tired, I have made mistakes, but I am perfectly loved by the Creator of the universe. The divine solution is simply this: surrender. Not the surrender of a defeated soldier, but the surrender of a child falling into their father's arms after a long day at school. You don't have to figure out how to be useful tomorrow. You only have to figure out how to be loved today. Let my grace wash over the regrets of 1975, the anxieties of 1998, and the fears of 2026. I have already been in all those years, and I am already in your tomorrow. You are safe. You are redeemed. Your life is not winding down. It is gathering up for the glory that is to come. The time of the end is actually the time of the beginning when you walk with me. This is my gift to you, a resolution to every conflict, a balm for every wound, and a promise that the best part of your story is being written right now, in the quiet of this very moment. You are still here. Do you know why? It is because the world still needs the light that only a 70-year-old soul, refined by my grace, can cast. You have surrendered the heavy stones of uselessness, and now your hands are empty, not because they are finished, but because they are finally ready to receive what I have for you next. My plan for you is not a grand, exhausting mission. It is a path of small, beautiful steps that we will take together, side by side, in the quiet strength of my spirit. I want to give you a plan of action, but it is unlike any plan the world has ever given you. It does not require a resume, a deadline, or a physical marathon. It requires only your heart and your presence. This is how we walk together from this moment forward. First, wake up with me. Tomorrow morning, before the weight of the shoulds can settle on your chest, I want you to say my name. Just say, Jesus, I am here, and I know you are here. Don't look at the clock. Look at the light. Remind yourself that I have given you this specific day, this Tuesday, this Wednesday, because I still have a purpose for your breath. Your first act of usefulness is simply existing in my love. You are a witness to my faithfulness just by waking up. Second, practice the ministry of the small. You think you are useless because you are no longer leading companies or running households. But I tell you, a phone call to a lonely grandchild, a handwritten note to a neighbor, or a sincere prayer for a stranger you see on the news is a monumental act in my kingdom. You have 70 years of wisdom. Pour a drop of it into someone else's cup today. One kind word from you carries the weight of 7 decades of authority. Do not underestimate the power of a seasoned heart. Third, let go of the ghost of yesterday. When a regret from 20 or 40 years ago knocks on your door, do not let it in. Tell it, Jesus has already handled that. I have removed your transgressions as far as the east is from the west. If I am not remembering them, why are you? Every time you choose to believe in my forgiveness over your own guilt, you are winning a spiritual battle that brings peace to your entire home. Fourth, embrace the beauty of being. Spend time in nature, or simply sit by a window and watch the birds. I told my followers to look at the lilies of the field and the birds of the air. They do not toil or spin, yet I clothe them in glory. You are much more precious than they are. In your 70s, your primary work is to be a reflection of my peace. When others see you, even if it is just the person delivering your mail, let them see a person who is not afraid of the future because they are so deeply loved in the present. I know the nights can feel long. I know the silence can sometimes feel like a void. But in that silence, I am speaking. I am whispering the secrets of my heart to yours. You are my prayer warrior. You are my silent witness. You are the elder of the tribe, and your steady presence is the anchor that keeps the younger, more frantic generations from drifting away. I am not asking you to do more. I am asking you to be mine more fully. Your age is not a cage. It is a sanctuary. It is a place where the noise of the world has finally faded enough for you to hear my voice clearly. I love you with an everlasting love. I have engraved your name on the palms of my hands. Every silver hair on your head is numbered and precious to me. As we walk toward the horizon together, do not look at the setting sun with fear. Look at it with the anticipation of a traveler who is almost home, but who still has a few more beautiful miles to walk in the cool of the evening. I am holding your hand. I will not let you stumble. I will not let you fall. You are 70 years old today, and I need you. I need your prayers. I need your perspective. I need your love. You are the crowning glory of my creation, and the best is not just yet to come. It is happening right now, in the very breath you are taking. Go in peace, my child. Your burden is gone. My yoke is easy, and my burden is light. We have much to do, you and I, in the quiet, powerful ways of the Spirit. I am with you always, even unto the end of the age. I want to walk with you every single day through this season of your life. If you felt my peace today, do not carry your burdens alone anymore. Leave your burden in the comments below. Type, I receive your peace, Lord, to let go of the weight you've been carrying. I also invite you to subscribe to this channel so that we can continue this journey of healing and wisdom together. You are never alone.